What's good, YouTube? I gotta charge my phone right quick.
Damn.
Jabbar back with Abdul Aesthetics, and this video is gonna be a little different. I feel as though I probably should have made this video a while ago, but after consulting one of my close friends, consulting my dad, going back and forth with those guys, I decided to make an honest video. All my videos are honest, but this is a more personal, honest video. If what I'm trying to do is this YouTube thing, then I have to be as transparent as possible. So, me being transparent, I figured this would be a great time for me to let you guys know, or to give you a little bit more insight on things that go on with me on a day-to-day basis. For starters, when I started this channel, it was August 20th, if I'm not mistaken. It was August 20th of 2017, 16 days after my 25th birthday. And as you could see, I was 322 pounds.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
Now fast forward, almost an entire year has gone by. I'm like 318 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what the hell have I been doing this entire time? If, like, you know, because I said in my very first video, I'll leave a link for it. In my very first video, I said, oh, this is a channel about me, you know, my fitness journey, my getting lean journey, and blah, blah, blah. I've never done it before. And it hasn't happened. But that's not to say it's not going to happen. I'm just giving insight as to why there has been little to no progress in that department. Now, I can honestly say that I've gotten stronger, improved my life from where it was then to where it is now. I have definitely improved my life. My channel has grown by 300, and I think when I first started off, I got all of my friends to subscribe to my channel, and I started with like 6 subscribers. So I managed to grow more than 350 subscribers in a year, which is amazing. You know, I thought that it would take me a year to get 100, but I somehow managed to get 350 plus. So with that being said, if we're gonna be brutally honest, I feel like I just need to jump right into it. Why things haven't been happening, you know, for me the way that I would like them to. Why my body hasn't really changed other than the obvious rise in strength. I am what you might want to call an emotional eater. For example, anytime something really tragic, like when my car broke down, I stopped working out. When I don't hit like a certain goal, I start to beat myself up a lot. And it's like these small things, they tend to start a domino effect that may last anywhere from a few days to a week. And then I have to pick up from that point on, correct that error, and get back on the fast track from where I was before any of that happened. So it's just been something I've been struggling with for a long time, a couple years, more than a couple years, but it's been something, because I've always been a big kid. Like I've always been a big person. Even as a kid, I was like the biggest kid, you know, not the strongest kid, just the biggest kid. And it's really hard to talk about this, to be honest. But the emotional part of it is something that's very hard for me to deal with. I've had so many things happen to me that have halted my progress in not just fitness but in life, because it's all trapped up here. Now, right now, nothing's going on. Like, I'm not in any like trouble, I'm not in any danger. It's just everything plays a big role in my mind. To go back, before I started my YouTube channel, we're just putting it all out there. Before I started my YouTube channel, back in 2015, I got arrested. My girlfriend, not my current girlfriend, my previous girlfriend, we had an apartment together. We didn't really see eye to eye on a lot of things. Me being the person I am, I wanted to break things off. She, however, couldn't take that. So what did she do? She pulled some strings and got me arrested for criminal domestic violence. which I obviously did not do anything to the girl, but the court saw it differently. So I got arrested. I spent like a day in jail, but that was tragic in itself, because coming from a person who, you know, I did everything in my life. I always told myself I would never get arrested because I knew the type of person that I am, and I would do everything in my power to avoid ever going to jail. That's why I stopped hanging out with my friends who grew up to be drug dealers as a kid. I stopped hanging out with those guys. I separated myself from a lot of people because I knew the type of environments that they were going to eventually got into. And fast forward, I see the negative things that happen to those people, and I'm happy that I, you know, grew away from them. You know, I just did those things to avoid, you know, getting caught up with the law in any shape, form, or fashion. So I had to go through this thing called pretrial intervention, just basically like a get out of jail free card, literally. But you have to pay all this money, you have to go all these classes, they send you to anger management classes, even though there's nothing wrong. They're like, I'm not an angry person. If anything, angry people come to me to seek advice. You see what I'm saying? But it was rough. And fast forward, after dealing with that whole spiel lasted about a year and a half. Having to pay all this extra money, I was stressed out all the time. My hairline, like, you know, I started to like lose hair and shit. You know, it was rough. It was really rough, and I kept it all inside. I didn't want anybody to feel sorry for me. I didn't want anybody to feel as though, you know, I needed help, because I felt as though I could handle it myself. In all actuality, me not paying attention to what's actually going on in my mind, I guess you could say I was literally screaming for help. I'm sorry, it's this light, it's really hot. I was screaming for help on the inside, but I didn't know how to manifest the words to ask for help, because I guess I'm a prideful person. I get that from my mama. You know, I'm a very prideful person. So I feel as though I would much rather, you know, figure it out on my own, and when all else fails, then I'll ask for help. But aside from that, this is basically me telling the truth and not trying to put on a facade, because I would much rather tell the truth. I told my friend this earlier today. I can't lie to the people who watch my videos. I will never lie to the people who watch my videos. You know, I would much rather not upload anything than to lie about things that I said I did when I know I didn't do, or goals that I said I would achieve and I know I didn't achieve. I would much rather just not upload. But this is me just telling it like it is. This is really rough to talk about, but I've decided that from this point on, not tomorrow, but from this point on, I'm going to crack down on everything. I'm going to crack down because I turned 26 in less than a month. I have to crack down on literally everything in my life. I have to crack down on my YouTube channel. I have to crack down on my own well-being. I have to crack down on my fitness. I have to crack down on my fat loss. All these things that I want to do, I have to crack down on it. And this is just me telling what has been stopping me from doing what I wanted to do. And it plays a big role, you know, depression, anxiety, stress, it plays a big role. I'm talking about constant headaches, your stress eating out of nowhere, not thinking you're worthy, having a lack of confidence in yourself, not thinking you can do this, not thinking you can do that. It's a really big thing that prideful people like myself just do not want to talk about. But you have to go against the grain. You have to understand that there is an underlying problem that needs to be attended to, and if it's not, you're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. So what I propose is something along the lines of maybe weekly weigh-ins or something like that, or monthly weigh-in, who knows. But this is just me being as transparent as I possibly can and showing that regardless of what I went through, it won't define the person that I'm going to be. It won't define me as a person, because I know the things, and this is just really the tip of the iceberg, but I mean, it's just the things that I had to endure were pretty rough. But I still, you know, I'm still here. I got almost 400 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm doing something I wanted to do all along, which was do the YouTube thing. So that's just me putting it out there. I know I've said that like 4 times. I apologize. I know when I start talking I can get a little repetitive, but I just want you guys to bear with me and understand that this is basically me. This is basically me reinventing myself for the future. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like if you did. Get in the comment sections. You know, tell me if you've ever had to deal with any type of traumatic event that caused stress, anxiety, anger, depression, sadness, or any type of emotion like that. Because I honestly would love to hear about it, because I love to talk about things like this, because I feel as though talking about the problem instead of just keeping it inside is just, oh man, it's so much better than keeping it to yourself. When you can relate to somebody, when you can relate to someone else's struggle, and then you can have a conversation about it with that person, oh, it just doesn't get any better than that. Like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe, and until next time, deuce.